There's been a lot of controversy lately about California's exhaust laws. In this video, we're going to tell you about what it is, what the changes were that made the big controversy, and who's affected. So stay with us as we talk more about these California exhaust laws and what you need to know. Hey, it's Tim Estrell, Pickup Truck Plus SUV Talk, and my passion is pickups and SUVs. And I've had some readers question about the new exhaust laws, or the enforcement of the existing exhaust laws in California and how it may impact pickup owners and truck owners. So I thought we'd go over the laws and talk about what's going to be impacted, who's going to be impacted, and what you need to know. So if you didn't know, in this last spending bill, there was inserted a piece of legislation in California's law that changes the enforcement of an existing exhaust law. So what's changed is the exhaust law has always been on the books. Now they enforce it differently. So the law states that anybody who has a vehicle that they modify the exhaust on, you can't be above 95 decibels of sound. And this is measured. There's an SAE, a Society of American Engineers. There's a testing they've done, a certification, and they stand back with a measuring gauge and they test at how many decibels it comes out at a certain feet. And so what that allows them to do is tell whether or not you're exceeding the exhaust laws. Now, this law, like I said, has been on the books for a long time. Typically, the officers would give you a fix-it ticket. You'd go get it fixed. It wouldn't be that big of a deal. There's actually a SEMA-sponsored noise testing program with the Bureau of Automotive Repair that can dismiss the citation by issuing a certificate of compliance. So that still exists, and that's still part of the law. The difference now is that you can be fined on the spot. And there's been a lot of controversy because people have been posting photos of $1,000 fine and $1,000 and big money fines, and that's not accurate. According to SEMA, SEMA's got a lot of good information on this. SEMA is a Specially Equipped Manufacturers Market Association. The maximum fine here, according to the Judicial Council of California's Uniform Bail and Penalty Schedules for 2019, that's obviously government, long title for that. The suggested base fine fee for the first conviction is $25 with a total fine of $193. And so basically, if you have a loud exhaust and they pull you over, they can give you a ticket on the spot, and then you can go to the SEMA-sponsored Automotive Bureau of Repairs, and you can argue the fine or you can just address the issue. And what I've seen from stories, and we've been talking to different police officers, and a bunch of journalists and I have been talking about this, is that most police officers are going to do it by just their gut reaction. They're going to sense whether the vehicle in question sounds the same as what it may do, as came off the dealer lot, or may not have came off the dealer lot. And so this has created a little bit of controversy because there's no measuring system. They're not going to walk around a decibel meter. They're just kind of go through gut reaction. They give you a ticket. You got to pay the fine. You go, maybe get it taken care of, maybe not. So there's just a lot of angst among people about that. So the question is, though, for truck owners, does this impact us? Well, there's another part of the law that says that it impacts motor vehicles with the manufacturer's gross vehicle weight rating of less than 6,000 pounds. That's important. It's a GVWR. The GVWR of half tons, 3/4 tons, 1 tons is all over 6,000 pounds. So if you bought a brand new pickup and you drove off the lot, this law does not impact you. It doesn't change anything on that. You can modify it. You can do what you want to. It does not impact you because you're over that gross vehicle weight rating. The only vehicles like trucks that get in that rating would be a mid-size pickups. So Tacoma, Colorado, and Frontier, and the Honda Ridgeline, if you can make it that loud, they would all be impacted by that. New Jeep Gladiator and Ford Ranger are going to be part of that as well. They will be impacted by this law if you're able to make that exhaust note above 95 decibels. 95 decibels is really loud. OSHA requires hearing protection for workers who are subjected to an average of 85 decibels over an 8-hour shift. So that's losing their hearing. So consider this. A jet plane taking off 82 feet away is supposed to be 150 decibels. Loud enough to rupture your eardrum. Okay, so that's going to be really loud. So another example would be the Jaguar F-Type SVR has a noise rating of 74 decibels. This is a convertible sports car. That's about as loud as they can get that, and you're still below the 95 decibels. So you're really going to have to really modify your exhaust to get that to the level. Now, as far as truck owners go, like I said, half ton, 3/4 ton, 1 ton, no problem. Mid-size, you'd be really pushing it. My question was hot rods, rat rods. It seems like a rat rod would get to that level of modification, right? You take an old rat rod, you put a big engine in it, you put some big exhaust tips on it, you can get that decibel pretty loud. Those trucks run really loud. However, in California, if you own a car that requires a smog certificate in order to register it 1976 and newer, then you have to have an exhaust that's loud enough to give law enforcement reason to pull you over. So I'm reading this, but if you own a vehicle that's older than 1975 and older, you don't have to. You're not impacted by the smog rules, and you're not impacted by the exhaust. So there you go. So rat rods should be accepted from this. All half-ton, three-quarter-ton, one-ton pickups are exempted from this. We're really, for truck guys, we're talking mid-size pickups, and that's about it. I don't see a lot in the rules that talk about as far as, I guess you could go older. You could do like a 1970s truck and really modify it and really do an exhaust. You're probably right along the cusp there of getting pulled over. The officer's got to know what year model truck you have, and there's a lot of questions about that. So, just keep a little bit quiet there in California. This is something that even if you drive into the state, they could pull you over. It's a police officer by police officer kind of enforcement because it's a judgment thing, and so that's what you need to know. So there you go. That's the answer to the reader's question. I hope that answered your questions. If I'm wrong, hey, let me know below. I'll amend this video. Email me at tim@pickuptrucktalk.com for other story ideas. Put comments below. Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. It's all Pickup Truck Talk. If I could talk today. Pickup Truck Talk. Today, make sure you check out pickuptrucktalk.com for more information on news, reviews, and other fun stuff we talk about. Thanks for watching. I'll see you down the road.